should.
We
Google
saw
that.
Muda at Supercard, right?
Yes, we did. Shout out to that
Supercard we
Supercard
saw.
event. Was amazing at
When
the
they
Garden.
had that Royal Rumble like match.
Yeah, that was lit. That was Litty City. Mike the Ref with the raid.
Yeah.
Appreciate Mike the Ref.
Mike.
Mike
Was
always showing
good.
love, man. Appreciate you dropping off your community here.
Oh,
How
yeah.
was Dynamite? How'd you think about the main event? It was a triple threat 9-man match,
Yeah.
right? Jesus. That was
3-team trios match.
Jesus was the only one that wasn't in the match.
he was not. Well, he was kind of. I mean, depends who you ask.
They're like, yo, who needs a spot? Who want? Yo, you? Hey, you need one.
You know,
Give me
though,
one.
but what I
Give me
will
one.
say is, you know what makes you definitely more excited?
Blue Chew.
No,
Hey.
it's the
Oh.
way that they do the tease up to the actual match, the card, when they show the
Club.
card coming out looking like Mortal Kombat. It's kind of dope. They're like facing each other and like, right? There's
You see the
electricity.
verses in between them and shit.
Right. I like that. It's a nice little setup. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it makes the match a little bit more
What are
exciting.
you talking about?
I'm
The
with
moving
it.
graphics?
And the E used to do that too.
The moving graphics?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but they
used
had a
to.
budget.
But they have a budget now apparently. So
Yeah,
had
like,
a
yo, cut
budget.
the movie graphics.
You know what
They
I'm
take
saying?
too much
It
bad
just
part.
takes
Main
a
event was a
second, though.
9.5.
Yeah, but you see their presentation though. This shit, though.
right, the presentation is dope. It's dope.
Okay. Wow, they pinned the illegal man at the end. Okay. Well, you know, chaos happens.
So you mentioned illegal man at the end. What I wonder is,
Yo,
I'm sure
is
I'm
there
sure
something?
he had
Here we
I'm sure he had his
go.
papers. Yeah.
Buckle up for the journey. Buckle up. Lock the doors.
Oh, shit.
Open your ears.
I'm sure it wasn't that illegal. Hold on.
Close your doors.
Wow. What's going on?
What's going on with Bray Wyatt?
Yo.
Is there something legal?
Hey,
Wow.
hey,
How do
yo.
you allegedly? Can we?
Allegedly,
Is there
allegedly,
something-
allegedly. Is there something?
I don't know. I heard.
Illness related.
I heard.
Uh,
I heard Rihanna's not the only one that's pregnant.
Oh.
JoJo
You
again?
think, yo,
I believe it. I
That's-
believe
you,
it.
You just throwing random shit out there.
It should have been me. It should have been me.
No,
Damn.
I heard Bo Dallas had hemorrhoids. I don't know. I just heard things.
Oh,
Allegedly.
man.
I don't know.
Oh
Someone
man,
told
allegedly,
me.
allegedly,
We
allegedly,
can just say anything.
allegedly. Oh man, nah, but I mean, in all seriousness, he has been gone, and people have been rumoring that he's not around, and he's been leaving, like Sasha Banks left, and is no longer with the company.
So it's concerning.
So,
yeah,
It's concerning.
especially in this time of year.
It's concerning. It's concerning because this is a man that we've been waiting for to come back. A man that was given a platform to I would assume some liberty to add to what we're seeing. And it hasn't hit where
Well,
it's supposed to.
A lot of people saying patience. I'm not a patient man, and I can't fathom waiting another week of this torture. But yo, he's fine. It's an injury. He'll be back in time for Mania. And there's no way we're not gonna see him at Mania. At some point, even if it's through a virtual reality
My
type.
problem with
match.
that conversation is that we still don't know what he is.
Yeah.
And now we're not gonna see him.
Who's
until
Uncle
Mania?
Howdy? Who is
Okay.
Uncle Howdy?
And then if we don't see him at Mania, what's next for Bobby?
Yo, for real.
JJ out here still having technical
A
issues.
broken
Yo, I'm
heart?
sorry to hear that.
A broken heart.
Yeah.
Wait, did him and JoJo split?
Oh,
Are you
okay.
telling me
Oh,
him and the
no.
Dominican
Don't-
Mexican beauty?
I have a
Don't-
chance.
Why she gotta be all that?
Shout out
Yes,
to
she
Puerto
is.
Rico DR
Dominican
World
and
Baseball
Mexico,
Classic.
Bobby.
He said,
Yeah, she's Dominican Mexican.
it's not.
Hey.
It's not.
Oh,
That's not what's
what
happening.
That's not what's going on here. That's not it.
Look,
That's
but
not
if you read that Bray Wyatt walked away because he was frustrated, would you really be surprised?
Right.
Anybody?
That's a great question.
Anybody?
Right? Because I'm frustrated.
But if anything, he should be
I was
frustrated at himself.
patient.
That's what I was gonna say.
He
It'd
should
be himself
Because
he's
it's his
frustrated.
story. It's his
Yeah.
narrative. It's his.
He's
And-
been
and-
doing
hey,
what he
Creative.
wants.
You know how they say, pass me the ball, watch what I do with it? You got to pass the ball. What you doing?
What you do- no,
What
what
are
are
you
you
doing?
doing? What are
And
you
I
doing?
don't doubt you. I don't doubt you. I'm here for you. I've waited 6 months now. Because I forget? This has been over 6 months.
Since Halloween.
Like this shit.
Give him what he wants. Give him what he wants.
Right? So, where we're at, and now he's gonna go away. Like it's flopping. It's flopping.
Floppy,
I
flop,
still
flop.
have faith,
You think it's flopping?
but it's flopping.
I thought that last match was kind of
Especially when you consider
The Mountain Dew shit?
now
like,
with the
match
Undertaker
was
done.
cool, but the ending was kind
It actually put over LA Knight because
It
look
did.
at how hot he
Yeah,
is.
he's hot right now.
fire
He
right
might
now.
potentially be getting a push after Mania.
Yeah, the live show's going crazy for him more than they were for somebody that's supposed to be cheering for, Cody Rhodes.
Ooh.
Apparently.
Se
Eso
jactaron de
eso
Cody.
dice la gente. Uno dominicano que estaba
It's
allí
the
en
suits, it's the
Massachusetts.
suits.
No
What's
dijo
he
esa
saying?
vaina.
Like I know Spanish, but I don't know that.
Hibbity hoopla!
Hibiri hula.
Y mire, un sancocho con yuca.
Con yuguito, zanahoria.
Arroz y aguacate.
You
Tengo
broke
hambre.
it. You broke it. You broke it. You broke it. You broke it.
Yeah, man.
You know what else is broken?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Let's have a moment of
Oh,
silence
no.
The Bella last name.
for the Bella
The
last
Bella last name.
Because
the
now
Garcia
they're,
twins are
because
back.
now they're repping the Latinos. We got the Garcia twins.
Look,
Wah, wah, wah.
so they're shedding this WWE aspect of their popularity, and now they're going to by the Garcia twins as their own entity.
You said shredding and you went like this, like that's very loose. That's very light.
Tossing it
That
aside.
was- that's
It was
what
very
happened to the
easier for you to do. Like I feel like you should have been like maybe two-handed it. It's a lot. It's a lot that's shedding out there. That's a whole universe we're talking about
Yeah, it's-
here.
So,
That
but
they're kind of
for
shedding
the audio
out.
for the audio listeners that didn't see that little toss.
He did a
it's
hand
like-
thing,
it's
hand
like-
gesture. Lord.
nah, yo, you're never gonna get it. You want to know what I did with my hands?
Follow us on Switch. Follow us on YouTube.
Can you imagine when you peel off a post-it?
The rest of this show will be done with no talking,
All the teachers out there.
and everyone listening will be extremely frustrated at the result. But just know it is a good show.
Facts, Mike,
We
facts.
spilled a lot of beer before it started,
Yo,
so
for
we
real,
know.
for real.
Facts on facts.
There's a lot. But
Oh.
the Bello twins also
I smell like Jack
spilled
Banana.
their
Yo, what sucks though?
names.
What sucks the most about that though is that
Yeah.
if you think
You just
about it right
invited
now,
this guy.
everything that they've done, right, that's put them at where they're at socially, right, in Hollywood, etc. Even in wrestling, is under the Bella name. So this is a transition. They're gonna adapt, but this is a transition.
They have a successful wine,
yeah, so they're
Yeah.
gonna thrive.
and
I
They're
think
gonna
they're-
thrive. It's
they're
just,
gonna be,
this is
yeah.
They also have a
transition.
podcast.
They're,
and they have a successful
they're
podcast as
banking
well.
on that their likeness, like
Right.
their
Right.
appearance is now
Yeah.
bigger.
Oh well,
than-
then they're good.
And
And I
people
don't
like
mean
them.
that negatively. I'm just saying
No.
that they've
Yeah.
outgrown their Bella twin, like
Right.
the
Wrestling
moniker. Like more people know them as people outside the ring now. I
Right.
think, and then they have this huge following of people that did follow their
Yeah,
writing work.
yeah.
So I know them as reality stars.
Yeah, right. They're reality stars. They're on that show.
They were they had the
Beer
Bella Twins.
Mageddon or some shit like that. I forgot.
Beer Mageddon, yes.
Yeah.
The one that
Yo,
Barmageddon.
Barmageddon.
Barmageddon, yeah.
I like that show. I like that show. I like it. It's
I don't know what sound that was.
Wow. Tú te sentaste en tu dedo.
Yeah, I want y'all now. Now the audio listeners, I want y'all to just go back and listen to that for like
In
40
slow motion.
seconds straight.
That'll be a thumbnail. Go on social media this
another
week.
step.
I want you to listen to
Hold
all
me
of
to
that.
that. Yo.
Maybe they're trying to distance themselves from the reality background too. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Possibility.
Renan
Many
Leville in the
blessings to them.
building.
Renan
Many
Laville,
blessings
always
to
a
them.
pleasure, my guy.
And it's just interesting though, because the E ends up winning either way.
Do you think so?
I mean, it's kind of like we stripped what we gave you. Go fend for yourself.
But I think they're banking on the fact that more
Right.
people know them now. So it's
You
not
think that they banking on the fact that more people know them now?
that more people know them that didn't know them, and the people that do know them will follow them regardless.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
at this
But the
point,
people that didn't know them as Bella
Okay.
Twins.
yo, but they'll follow. They know.
Yeah,
them.
but now look at
10
Sasha
years
Banks.
from that,
Now look at Sasha
that
Banks.
won't be the case.
Sasha Banks was well known, but now she's Mercedes Moné.
This is definitely a move just like
people-
that.
It's just
People
like
that
that.
like
Yeah.
Sasha
Now they're
Banks,
banking on their real
We
name.
know
Yeah.
Sasha Banks, right? But people that like the
Yeah, I met her last week.
what like the what is the the Star Trek show, the
Star Wars,
You forgot already?
The Mandalorian,
Jesus Christ.
Mandalorian.
That's
The
two.
Mandalorian.
That says Star Trek.
Two Dories
Two.
The Mandalorian.
that we've caught.
People that know her do that,
Please let
May
us
not
know
know
at
her
home
Sasha
if you've
Banks.
caught more.
right? She's not Sasha Banks anymore.
Yo, look, fans. I think fans will switch. It's really like getting the mainstream
Like
fans to
Nintendo.
switch.
Right.
And right now, I think that the people that know her as a mainstream entity, or them as mainstream entities, like will switch. They're recognizable figures in their own sense now.
Right.
They don't need the WWE thing to be sucking money out of them for what?
Whoa.
To not be included. To not be included
Right.
in your Triple X Raw themed Raw.
Right. What a travesty.
Huh? For what then? Then what are we carrying this baggage around for? What are we paying our
Right.
15% of a cut
Hot
from our
take.
name and likeness? What for? If you ain't gonna feature us.
To trick people
Oh,
because
alright.
they bended the donor
Alright.
name and now we still
Yo,
Yes, you know.
waiting.
remember that 6 is 123 Kid and he's X Pac and he's 100 other names, bro.
Sex Pac.
Sex bot.
That's what China called him.
So
Wow.
I think that's what they call him in China. That one night.
That was his name in China that
Yeah,
one
they
night.
call him Sex Pac.
Oh,
But that's none of my business.
That's none of our business.
who been is it?
None of our business. You
But
know what else? You know what
they
was
say,
our business, though?
They say though. You hear talking about the Bella Twins, not trying to be the Bella Twins no more, right? They're trying to get away from that character.
Okay.
Is it that they were listening to the Undertaker? When he talked about how hard it is to put over a character, the Bella Twins think that their character is that.
That's all the
Layers.
time we have for you.
No.
You know. It's late for that
It's
shit.
Sugary.
But yes, JP is on to something because the Undertaker has been very vocal about his beliefs of what a character should be and how they should be portrayed. And yo, are you blaming him, yo? I mean, he does mention he is a dinosaur. He says, "I'm a dinosaur. I know this."
Alright.
But it seems like every other week we're talking about the Undertaker again, complaining about something.
I don't know that he was complaining.
Yeah. And this is the first time he wasn't.
Okay.
I think it was a legitimate it was
Observation.
he was yeah, it was it was a good observation. It was like dog when he was out there and he said it, he was like if I wore a Hawaiian shirt and I was fucking chilling at the airport,
It's
like
over.
nobody would have said nothing. It's not that big. Nobody's pulling out their phone. But I think he said something
Oh.
really interesting. He goes, if somebody would have seen him now, they would have been like, oh, look at the Undertaker. He didn't have to worry about that. Everybody sees somebody and immediately they want to film them and see what's going to happen. And I thought that the end of that was very interesting to see what is going to happen. That's true in many aspects.
Nosy.
More than just nosy.
But I mean,
it's
didn't
like,
he get that at the tail end of his career?
Yeah.
but it was different because by then he had been American Badass and he could do whatever. Like once he switched characters, that's it. Like the facade was over. Like people were onto this shit. But the fact that like people record famous people to see if something's gonna happen, right? If they could push some buttons, if they could do some bullshit. So
100 cantazo.
even his era of people wouldn't be able to hang in those. Remember, these are the same era of people that would like get into bar fights and then go wrestle
Word.
the next night and
Pop pills and then
You
do it all again in the
Nobody
morning.
found out about nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right, nobody found out
Shawn
about
Michaels.
nothing. Everybody like made it
Especially-
home or
especially
didn't make
if
it
Vince was
home.
involved.
So it was only Dave Meltzer fucking
Vince.
asking questions in a bar.
Yeah, Meltzer.
Yeah, so that's it.
Uncle Meltzer.
So
But right now, everybody's a journalist. Everybody's got their phone. They got the recording. They can make you look stupid as hell.
Right.
They could, or if you've got like this dark character zombie motherfucker, and you sitting there with a Hawaiian shirt, they'll make you look stupid as hell. They expose the business.
Right.
This business only works and John Cena said it best because I think John Cena was very self-aware, especially at the time, right? With ruthless aggression, is that like all that magic shit really is hard right now. Like it's hard to pull off, and that shit doesn't work. So you gotta focus on the suspension of disbelief.
Right.
And I've got to play with that suspension of disbelief.
Hey.
You know, that's what you call. Anyway,
So make what? Make a wish.
Make a bish. Make a bish.
Yo, come on, man. What are you talking about?
Shout out to John Cena Make-A-Wish Foundation.
That was the perfect time to say that.
Always a beautiful gesture.
I don't know if that's accurate. I feel like
But
that's not
honestly,
accurate.
Undertaker's making a statement for me. One, it's the first time I'm hearing him, in a way, kind of give some acknowledgement to the difficulties of putting over a character in today's wrestling world, right? I think he understands now that it is a lot more difficult. I think he understands, like, I guess having these conversations after he made those statements about the way that the locker room is. I'm sure he's had a lot of conversations with a lot of guys.
I'm sure Ace agrees.
Right? Because I'm sure there's been some guys that have gotten conversations with him after that conversation, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's been talent that's like, yo, so what's good with this? Like, people have talked.
To his face, you think?
Absolutely. Because he's a nice guy. Everybody loved Undertaker. If you notice, everybody had love for
I don't
him.
know about everybody.
Well, most.
He was out here hazing motherfuckers just like everybody else, and he was out here shitting in bags and doing whatever. And I'm sure they were people out there that
I hate the Undertaker, of course.
Fuck Lord,
You know,
Right.
you know who's one of those people? Sarah. Remember Sarah?
No.
Yeah.
Why, bro?
Sarah's one of those.
Just when you think you're doing nice things,
Just when you
Nope,
gotta
not
be
one
quicker than that.
time. You know what's a nice
Not
thing?
Sarah
though?
J.
Nostalgia. What the?
Yo,
Why? Like where?
Levesque who? What?
Yo,
Oh, wow. Only
Yep. Oh, wow. Esa es la hermana de Triple H.
wow. Sarah J.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure something special is out there in the universe, the Webiverse.
That means you beat off
The bad guys. It's been a minute,
I like him.
but we did it.
We did
We
it.
did it. A shooting the ish
Oh,
with an up and coming talent, a talent that people know very well. A man
The leader of the
that
pack.
does a lot of things. Leader of the pack, baby. Stephen Wolf. Make sure to check it out. Available everywhere.
Shooting the Ish returns, baby. Shooting the Ish
wow.
returns.
We do those?
Check it out in a
back.
YouTube near you
Who else we got on?
and a
there?
Twitch.
We haven't done.
We
I
got
bet,
more
I bet
coming.
you we ain't never hit up like Lance Archer or nothing like that, right?
Who's that?
Who's that?
You never interviewed.
Nobody but just a Shooting the Ish
How
alum.
about James Storm, the Cowboy? You ever
Oh.
done that?
Listen,
Vicky
we-
Guerrero,
Ooh.
Al Snow, ever?
He likes to
yeah,
whisper
come
in
on.
people's ears that James Storm.
Yeah,
Huh?
he does.
Yeah,
Alexander Hammerstone. What?
we know that information too.
No, she whispered in
Ace.
his ear.
Oh, she whispered in his ear.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Ricardo
Alexander
Rodriguez?
Renta, wow.
Yeah, we got him. Serena. Oh,
I
Serena.
think so.
I think she's out from
Roberto
Hammerstone.
Rodriguez.
Chris Bay.
We even got
Royal Money.
Well, money.
Shout out to
Remember Nick
Hi,
Hausman?
Hex.
Royal Money. Yo, Royal Money was special, near and dear to our hearts.
That's our boy, yo.
That's our boy, and he represents, you know, the Monster Factory, the well-known Monster Factory.
Very
Shout
well
outs.
known.
Shout outs.
You know, HPC podcast, Monster Factory legends ourselves.
That's
right?
what I'm talking
Ace
about, baby.
agrees.
Shout
right?
outs.
But
Was that Braun
shout outs to
Breaker?
big shout outs to the
That's
Monster
DMX.
Factory doing big things. JP, don't they have a show coming up or something like that?
Yes, ladies and gents, on Apple TV.
Plus.
Plus.
Ooh,
Plus, minus,
plus.
That
divide,
means it might
subtract.
be-
All of the math. If you know all the mathematics, just go watch it.
Yeah, check it out on Apple TV, bro. They got, what's the show called officially? It's like,
It's like,
It's like a documentary.
yeah, it's like a 6-episode
Okay.
documentary with a Monster Factory.
And what it
what's
does,
up.
it follows the lives of those athletes that are training.
Gabby Ortiz is one of them.
Ortiz.
Yo,
One
shout
of
out to
the-
Gabby Ortiz.
Honestly, a lot of the talent that we actually were at when we went to the Monster Factory, that we met, that we exchanged ideas with, that we saw them perform in the ring.
Thanks to
showed
Nick
us
Cage,
things, right?
who
Right.
Is that where a
Welcome
few
us in.
people couldn't take bumps?
Right.
yeah, there was some.
right.
There was some. We
Yeah, what happened?
it was some. It was
There was
some.
some little puti puerca that couldn't take a bump.
Oh, wow. But you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, you have
yo, old school
Wow.
right here.
Welcome to. And Jay the
you
Jobber.
have Mimi, who just was she had her shot.
No,
at
Yes,
NXT.
we trained with her that
Notorious
day. Yeah.
B.B., she was there at age of 15 or something like that.
Yeah, man.
She
That
was the
yo,
Billy
she been
Starks of
doing
that
her thing
time,
for a
you know what
while.
I'm saying?
For a while.
And yo, so like it's interesting, and it's also interesting to see where those characters are now. You know what I'm saying? The way Gabby Ortiz now, like as far as to how she's traveled, she's had matches everywhere at this point.
Yeah.
And she's had WWE tryouts. Like she's
We've seen
been
her on
doing some things.
AEW a few times
AEW
too.
a few times. You know what I'm saying, like, so to see that too, it's a beautiful thing, man. Definitely make sure to check it out. Monster Factory, an amazing program, amazing school. Honestly, the legacy of Monster Factory, that's one thing. But who carries Monster Factory right now, that makes a difference. And that's our sir.
Oh, who's that?
Shout out to Monster Factory.
Turn us off.
Shout out to Monster Factory.
Oh,
Shout out to
yeah.
Danny Cage.
Yes.
Danny Cage, my guy.
Ese tigre.
Danny Cage is successful because he's got this really old school mindset,
Right.
right? And I appreciate that. I appreciate it's just like toughness, grit, hard work, perseverance, right? But it does remind you of times, the good old days. And I think that's what Edge is trying to reincarnate here, right? We're looking at the good old days,
Ooh.
right? And when you look at Edge's good old days, right?
I just feel like I got snapped to the
Yo, you hear that music and man,
That's
You
reggaeton, not that music. That's
No,
reggaeton.
no, that's the
But the other music.
Brood music came out and he came out under the stage. I forgot when that was. That was recent.
SummerSlam.
That was a
SummerSlam. Yeah, it was
I
last
remember
couple SummerSlams ago.
It was
It
at
was-
a premium
it was
live
him
event.
versus-
Premium live event.
Where's Seth?
It was
It was art. It was beautiful. is what
art.
it was.
yeah,
Alright?
it was against Seth.
And so we might be making a comeback.
Yep.
Huh?
Brood Edge versus Demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania
comeback.
39.
So
In
Heel
Hell-
Demon
Heel Demon
Finn Balor, which we've never
and
seen
Hell in
before.
a Cell. What's the difference at this point? I thought, I mean, well,
It's gonna go from black and red to black and purple.
black and yellow, black. No.
Yo, honestly, a purple demon would look fire.
That's
though.
gonna look
That
some
would
fire.
some fire.
I can't wait to
so
see
we're
it.
getting saber tooth looking Blade Edge. And,
Yeah, pretty much.
and Guardians of the Galaxy Finn Balor. That's what you're telling me?
Okay.
In the cage.
In a cage.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
makes it better. That makes it better. No, that sounds dope.
Mick
though.
Foley had advised to watch each and every one of his Hell in a Cells and do the exact opposite,
Right.
and you'll be
Good
fine.
idea. That's a good idea. That's survival
That part.
tips.
Survival tips from
Survival
one Mick
tips.
Foley.
Please do not try this at
But
home.
that's exciting because you know what? We have been saying for years now. Finn Balor needs the demon, bro. When he used to come out with the
That sounds crazy.
demon, but think about it. When he used to come out like the demon for pay-per-views, throughout his NXT run, throughout his first run as Universal, the first inaugural Universal Champion, he was a demon. That's when he was at his finest.
NXT days.
You know what I'm saying? And the beginning of his WWE career in the main card.
Now my question is
But-
that character's not undefeated no more, right?
Nah, I think it lost. Didn't
Is it?
I think the demon lost to Brock, if I'm not mistaken.
To Brock.
I could be wrong, but I feel like the demon lost.
Chad, did the demon Finn Balor lose?
I think, did he lose to Bray Wyatt when he
It could have been.
You
Maybe
remember
Bray
when
Wyatt.
the rope broke and he fell
Demon?
from the top rope?
It
was
could
Demon
have.
Balor.
It could have been. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's true.
I can definitely see that happening.
Could have been the Fiend. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It could have been the Fiend.
Damn, what do we do before the show?
Yeah, you know, it's not like for certain he lost, whether it was Demon Finn
Yeah.
or whether it was just Finn Balor.
Well, it's
You
Finn
know
Balor.
that he safely say he lost to
Mito.
Bray Wyatt. You know who can't say that they can definitely have one loss over the other?
Wait, what?
Brock Lesnar cannot say he has a loss to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It's true.
I think we need to have brackets of like transitions.
Whoa.
Right? And just like,
Whoa.
nah, we do segues.
Wait, what
We
are
call
we
them
talking-
segues.
The segues.
Segues.
Yo,
Segues.
yo, he threw it out there like puzzle pieces.
Dun, 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 dun. Put it together, bitch. You ever seen that puzzle piece with alarm clock?
Yo, stop
Wait,
with
who-
straight.
It's the best.
Man, I know it.
You got that?
Oye,
Nah, I'll
Doctor
get that shit,
Rano, stop.
Shout out to the puzzle piece alarm
I
clock.
want the chess alarm clock.
Yo,
Oh, man.
I'll win every time and I'll go back to sleep.
Well, what was your question? Oh,
I wasn't asking the question.
Okay.
That was his answer. That was his response.
I didn't even know. it was a
Y'all
question
heard
of
they
statement,
asked
folks.
Stone Cold about wrestling. Brock
something,
Lesnar.
something about that. I don't
Is that
know.
what happened?
I think so, but I think it's not gonna happen.
yo,
Nah, Stone Cold
yo,
was like,
so-
nah,
so
I was
what?
there when you wrestled with Goldberg. I want nothing to do with this motherfucker. I want.
Yo, so-
Honestly,
so-
that's a styles clash. That would be.
So
off
my
the
You
chain.
think you learned a lesson?
My question is, does Stone Cold have something for Stable?
Wow,
Nah, I
Sable.
don't think it has anything to do
You're-
with it.
Because the reason why I ask is because
Almost.
he never wants to put this guy over.
Nah, I just don't think. I think it's a styles clash. I think KO and Stone Cold work because they're both brawlers, right? Like Kevin Owens can make simple moves look devastating, right? They work like the biggest bump that he took was a suplex on the outside. Not to say that ain't shit, but that's less
Still
than
safer than a suplex.
a suplex, like Suplex City, bro. We're talking about like at 10 suplexes in the middle of the ring.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like each suplex brings with it the opportunity to break your freaking neck.
Break
Stone Cold did one suplex, which is safer in some ways, right? And I think it was a very safe match and it was exciting and it was great and it served its purpose and it was awesome. Brock and him would just not have a good match. It just would. I don't think it would be a good match. I don't
Even
wanna see that.
today, especially
today.
it would not be.
I just don't think.
What's interesting though is that Brock is down. That's the interesting piece. I think when you look at it from Brock's perspective, it's a match that's gonna sell no matter what. No matter whether it's a good match, doesn't matter how much you give him, it's gonna sell and it's opportunity to rank. Because you tell
Butts
me
in the seats.
they
Butts
push
in the
that
seats.
match, people are gonna come out the woodwork.
All the casuals are back.
Yo,
what
but
I'm
the
saying?
only one that benefits is Brock.
Right, because he wins.
Now, you think Brock goes
Yeah.
over?
Yeah.
Like,
It
Well,
doesn't matter.
look, I just don't see. I think it's a dangerous match for Stone Cold, and Brock is really. Of course, Brock would say yes. Brock would say yes to a match like that. Hell
Brock's a
yeah, I would want to
businessman.
rock. Look, Stone Cold's not gonna do anything dangerous to me.
Right.
I just got to carry his ass around the ring, and as long as he stays his ass in line, I'm not gonna pop him in the mouth and throw him
Right.
across the ring.
As Braun,
remember King of the Ring, bitch.
ask Braun Strowman about that shit.
you know? So-
Stay in your
Omos
lane.
is gonna find out in a few weeks. So,
So,
That's right. That's
ooh.
right. Yo, so
Omos.
So,
Well, Nonaville's not here for
are
it.
we to believe that Brock was the one suggested Omos?
At this point, pick your poison. Pick what's left in the cookie jar, Brock.
Honestly,
I'll take the last cookie
I'd watch
that's there
Braun and Brock.
that nobody else picked.
Listen,
We build up Braun the
yo,
monster.
where
again?
is Braun? Like,
Braun is there.
controlling his narrative?
Oh, he's controlling something in SmackDown.
But the thing is, Braun is working his way back, cause
Mm,
so
slowly.
paying his dues probably. The booking isn't there right now. He's a phenomenal.
We
shaper.
have nothing for you
He's
creatively.
had his tussles with Omos, right? So this push works for Braun too, right?
Well, that's what it was. He almost beat him. Almost.
Almost. Oh, he did.
Yeah, he beat him.
no,
There was no almost about it.
But the thing is, now you have Lesnar and Omos, and this is interesting. I still think, look, love to Omos, but I think the best part of his character is MVP. Right?
Okay.
So he's still green in the ring, like, and I'm not saying green as like he doesn't understand the business. What I'm saying, for a man his size, moving in the ring, there's certain things that Big Show learned later in his career. There's certain things that Great Khali didn't learn. That didn't allow his
And his
career
entire
to.
career.
So what do you think that looks like at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar?
This is
Great
what I'm
Khali is like a
saying.
short person
So it's
with
a bit of a
stilts.
concern in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But the piece that I'm interested in is that if Brock is willing to do business, he sees something there.
it's because that's gonna be a moment when Omos gets F5.
Yes, that's exactly.
That's a WrestleMania
that's
moment.
Exactly.
Vince
what
saw
he
that.
sees.
All right.
And,
that's-
he's like, book it.
This is I think
I'm here
Such
for
great
it. bitch.
shit.
this is a match that only benefits Brock.
Right.
Just like that.
Yeah, because
Nah,
what's
hey,
Omos
yo,
gonna do?
Omos has a WrestleMania match. It benefits him greatly.
Oh, that
Versus
paycheck.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock
That
Lesnar, yeah.
paycheck, right?
It's dope.
That payday.
Yo, if Brock even struggles with him, haha, bitch, I made you struggle. You know what I mean?
Thank you,
You know what I'm
gravity.
saying? Like, shit. That's an excellent opportunity. But MVP is the best part of almost right now, I feel, as though. As Just the Hurt Business was. Yo, shout out to that teaser photo with Carmelo Hayes.
Hey,
Her
you think that's gonna happen?
business.
You think that happens?
Yo,
You think that happens?
listen, Carmelo
The
Hayes.
Street Profits,
folks.
Carmelo Hayes, Omos, and
Omos.
MVP.
Yes, sir.
Think that happens in the Mania
Yes,
weekend?
sir. That was an interesting little picture. And I'm gonna tell you what. Carmelo Hayes is on fire.
Tell me what.
Tell
On
me
fire.
what.
That boy's on fire, bro. That's a pillar.
I
of
think it's
NXT
his
right
time
there.
for Sand and Deliver.
Yo, you know who's someone I just want to give a shout out to real quick?
Hey, Ace.
Ali.
Ooh.
Mustafa.
Mustafa.
I really like his little space right
Hey, yes,
now.
that.
The space he's in.
Yeah,
Was
What he's doing with
you
Where-
right? You good?
yeah. I'm
Why
like,
you? Why
I don't
you
know.
always-
I'm listening to them both.
Yo, Ali is really operating in a really interesting space right now where he's like getting a lot of TV time. Well, not a lot, but more TV time than he's gotten. So I appreciate him being on TV, and I think he's great at what he does. So I look forward to him kind of catching on a little bit.
He's on the Chad Gable deal on Raw. I didn't finish watching. I saw that he was on.
Otis is now
Yo.
a
Otis.
model.
Yo,
Okay.
Otis.
Otis.
My man said, I'm going to slip back my hair, put on these Guy Fieri shades,
Guy Fieri.
and wear a leather jacket. Yo, he looks phenomenal.
JP was like,
Yo,
"What?"
and
That's the thing
He has
about
it.
That's the thing about being with Chad is that sometimes like Chad Gable's great and all, but I feel like he kind of they
Yeah,
step on each other's toes in terms of like
Right.
trying to be the attraction. So
comedic
Yeah.
act.
yeah. So
Oh,
they were
this-
cool, but I think it wrote it to end. So now
But see,
Otis.
what I would say,
Otis could lead
Otis.
this little faction right here.
You think? Hey, I'm
Like on
with
some
it.
goofy shit, like
Yeah.
on some like just funny.
And they won't. They will be less stepping of the toes,
Yo,
which
low
is
key,
more
they're
important.
good wrestlers. Those guys. So
Yeah.
They are.
I think
They
they
are.
can go off
I
and
think they just-
Mansoor.
it's just interesting because they went from, a guy that's really over right now.
nobody
apparently,
cares about
LA
that
Knight.
man.
LA Knight.
Night, bro.
He's like, yeah, I'm done with this shit.
JJ, you jealous because you ain't here spooning with us.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So, but LA Knight, over like Rover?
Like a rover, like a rover,
my
rover.
man, apparently on the
Yeah.
WWE Live, the crowd was going crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Even
responses that
louder.
he's getting.
JJ,
yeah.
you don't like the
Even
mood
louder
we're
than the
setting?
responses
Even
from somebody
louder.
that
It's
we are
romantical in here.
on the road to WrestleMania for.
Why?
Cody
Why
Rhodes.
not?
I'm right here, bro.
Cody Rhodes.
Why not?
I want don't wet me with anything. Stop.
okay, Rick Ross.
Yo, this-
Yeah, that's a good look for him. I think Otis.
Otis, get it right.
It works. It works. It works.
Hey,
All right. What was that?
that was my
Were
Dembo.
you taking
My
your chances
Dembo dance.
on a couple of bets, a couple of prospects, or a couple of brackets?
What'd you call me?
The brackets. It's March of Madness.
Them
The brackets.
Bad guys bracket.
The bad guys
Alright, folks.
brackets is the title.
What'd you call it?
So what's about to happen is somebody explain the game on the table. What we doing? Who's who?
PCF bring up the results. I guess of the.
Wait, what?
You want to
The
talk
re-
about the first round, the second round?
So
I guess?
last week we started our own bracketology. Why are you laughing, bro?
Bracketology.
What'd you call it?
Spell it correctly, please.
¿Es una palabra?
una palabra. Una.
I learned that at Mama Sushi.
We sorted the top heels of
Big
all
memory.
time as voted upon by our fans out here on
Okay.
Twitter.
The ones aquí.
Okay.
All right.
On the top.
And so we'll tell you guys the results
Not
of the
here.
male brackets. The female
Aquí.
brackets are coming up this week.
Bracket.
Catch them on Monday. Brackets on Monday during Raw. They'll be coming out. But right now we got the male Division.
Ooh.
Dun-dun.
I don't even know division.
Goldust was facing Roddy Piper as the top heel, and who would you think
Can
won
you make that bigger?
that encounter? What'd you call me?
Hey.
Who do you think won
Yo,
that
give that
encounter?
picture blue chew real quick.
Bad idea. What are you even talking about?
What you talking about,
Can you
Willis?
blow that up.
Just
I'm trying to find,
expand it.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the actual numbers. Hold on.
No, because I wrote the numbers. I wrote the
did?
numbers on the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
right
you
shit,
if
bro.
he makes it a little, but look at the
Hey,
numbers next to the names.
pa.
Bam.
Look
So
at the names right there.
first
papa.
round, who do we have?
Oh, I thought.
Goldust and Piper.
Yo,
Gold
look at
Dust and
that. Look at you,
Piper.
how
Come
organized
on,
you
come
are.
on.
Yo, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Production manager,
Hey.
baby.
Yo.
Hey.
Round one of the top
going
dudes.
on, dog.
Round one, we got Goldust against Roddy Piper in a WrestleMania rematch.
Come on now.
Who we got?
What did Twitter say?
Twitter said with 82% of the vote.
Oh.
Duh.
82%.
Piper said he came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Oh, we're
He's
going-
all out of gum.
We're going percentages too, right? That's smart.
That's good, right? That's good. Look at this guy. Did you just realize why we were hyped?
Yeah.
Guys. So let's go to the second matchup. Is Edge versus Hollywood Hogan in a Hollywood SmackDown.
Wow.
And with
SmackDown.
74% of the
Yo,
vote,
sácame ese perro de ahí.
we got. That's what they said to Hollywood Hogan. 74% of the vote went to Edge.
So wait a minute. What I want to know here, is
Let's go.
how
I wanna know
How does
what's
Edge be
going
Hollywood
on.
Hogan? Hollywood Hogan people despise, right?
Yeah.
Is it because Edge fucked Nina? Like,
It's because Hogan's a racist.
Yo, that would have been good if you said it into the
They're
microphone.
canceling him
But the next
everywhere.
round, we have a tremendous WrestleMania matchup. We got a rematch of what is, by what many accounts, are the greatest WrestleMania match of all time.
Greatest.
A lot of people say that WrestleMania isn't WrestleMania without Mr. WrestleMania.
okay.
The Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels against the Dead Man, The Undertaker. And I thought this match was gonna.
What did Twitter say though?
Twitter says
Twitter.
with 60% of the vote.
Wait, what? They didn't get 9 more?
60% of the vote. I was surprised. I didn't think, but. Thank you, JJ. JJ said the red looked good, especially for mischief.
That's
I
not.
respect.
That's not how letters that's not how letters work.
You like my red sweater, JJ?
Who would have known? If you listen to the audio version, JJ said the red looked good, especially for mischief. Thank you, JJ. I feel you. I appreciate you.
Wait. So is it DX Shawn Michaels that takes him over Undertaker? Because I mean, the man used to bury people. I don't think it turns more
Nah,
heel.
the Heartbreak Kid, when he made his meet as Mr. WrestleMania, as he suspended from the ceiling, he
He
will
got
forever
suspended
be
several times.
that guy.
Well, but one of the way he's turned into a heel is the reason why he is revered.
When he took care of Marty
Marty
Jannetty.
Jannetty, he took him to the candy
Cuando
shop.
sacó la caca.
He took him to the candy shop. You know what I mean? That's when you know,
Was that the smile?
And history
That was the
wrote
smile?
itself.
No.
But
And
let's
then
reach
after-
into
and
the
after
annals
Sunny
of
Days-
history.
The where?
And the annals of history.
And
I
this
thought
time the
I
name
heard
is
Sonny.
right, by the way.
I thought I heard that.
Is he a bigger heel because of Sunny?
Song
No.
Is he a bigger heel because of the Montreal Screwjob? Is he a bigger heel because of the Montreal Screwjob?
Yo, maybe. Yo, yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
remember,
Okay.
I think the fact what the Undertaker was mentioning earlier in the show, as we mentioned, that it's hard to hide a character. We're also seeing, we know behind the curtain, right? We know some of those details that happen in the personal behind the scenes shit. So that makes it in the eye of the beholder. He'll be healed. That's something that Grayson Waller at NXT has actually been exposing stuff like that. Lately when he's coming at Shawn Michaels, man. But to see Shawn Michaels beat The Undertaker, that shit makes no sense to me. I think it's personal shit too. think it's personal.
Well, this is the viewers' vote.
Right.
Twitter, Officer Twitter.
Audience.
You know
is
who's
voting.
someone that always knows how to take it to the next level. Someone that knows how to get.
Ay, no me toca ahí que me gusta.
Randy Orton has gotten personal in goddamn every feud he's been on.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
He punted
Randy
Steph.
Orton against Sazon Ramon, Razor Ramon.
Razor
I got it
Ramon.
right this time.
Esa razón, Ramon.
Yeah.
And
Joke's
for
on
one
you.
razón or another. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Another one for the bad
Oh, yeah.
guys. Razor Ramon with 80% of the vote, as Twitter would say.
Hey.
Yo.
Damn, I was hyped for that one. 'Cause
That
the
makes-
early voting was not
Yo,
good.
these next matchups.
Yo, but wait
Is
a
this
minute.
on Discord, this picture?
Yo,
Discord.
It will be.
It will. We
How-
should put it.
how does that make sense? I'm sorry, but a toothpick is not an equivalent of LINKTREE to like RKO like your wife. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, he punted and kissed Stephanie.
you know what I'm saying?
I think it's a
like,
Punted
popularity
Vince, kissed
contest.
Stephanie.
I think at this
popularity
point it's
contest?
looking like a popularity contest
Ah,
between
man.
them.
Like I
yo,
said,
Randy
Orton.
shows up at
but
Mania,
if
you think,
telling them,
JJ?
Then say that. Then say that. Don't tell me it's heel because
We're not voting.
We're not voting.
We're
It's
not
Twitter.
voting.
It's
Yeah,
Twitter.
We're not voting. It's Twitter.
Yo, calm down, bro.
It's a Twitter.
Randy
talking to the
Orton
people.
can't hold Razor Ramon's toothpick.
Yo.
And that's why he took that L.
Wow, really?
That's what it is. Because you know what? This is what I'm going to tell you, and we're going to move on.
You know what kills
Right.
vipers? A toothpick.
The toothpick right there. Damn, that's,
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
damn, if only that was in every first aid kit in Arizona. But
It says it on the pack, on the see-through plastic, venomous viper killer.
No. And no,
Break
no.
in case of emergency.
No. The
Toothpick.
rapper. It says to use to pick out food and kill vipers.
that's awful.
Exactly.
Yeah,
what it
this
said.
guy murdered the joke. So look,
Verbatim.
Let's always have nice things. Yo,
No,
we
no,
start
no.
off having nice
He
things,
just
and then
Jack
by the
Van
end
Ando
of
his
it,
own
we
joke.
don't have nice things. But you know what it isn't a nice thing is the things that Randy Orton has done. And you said it yourself that Randy Orton has said a lot, said and done a lot of not nice things
Not so nice. Shake his hand.
because he had to. Razor Ramon made you believe it. He didn't have to do all those things. You knew it. You didn't have to know it.
We're
But
also
you knew.
9, but yeah.
Yo, but you knew it.
Kayfabe, dog.
And you
Kayfabe.
knew, and you knew why he was there.
Right. I get it.
There you
and,
go.
and once again, we're talking about him. We're also talking about Scott Hall.
And he had that stroll,
right?
bro.
NWO. So I get it. But I just feel
That's why
like,
he
you
was
know what
there,
it is?
so he
Maybe I feel like Randy is the more sadistic heel. Maybe that's a different category.
That's him in real life.
So let's talk about sadistic because that's a very interesting word. And it
Sadistico.
really does help encapsulate what our next matchup is about. When you really think about sadistic,
So the cases.
someone that is on that list of sadistic, maybe great psychology or the greatest ring psychology, collegeist,
Wrestling.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh,
Jake's the
That
Snake
guy.
Robber.
that guy.
The inventor of the DDT.
That guy. That guy.
That Mike.
Yo, shout out to
How sadistic do you have
the
to be
WWE Legends on A&E.
to bite Macho
Shows
Man's
coming out.
veins?
Check out Jake the Snake Roberts. Just came out.
Knowing
a
it's
couple
full of
weeks ago.
juice.
I will check out his A&E, and then he did the thing with the full of juice.
The
The
juice
thing-
part,
Yeah, the juice part.
Yo, that snake was
I
hyped
tried
for
that,
like another like 4 hours before it died.
He had a toothpick.
So, yo, Razor Ramon, yo. Fuck that snake, bro.
The end.
That's why he was
Finish
saying,
him.
yo, because he threw the toothpick and hit the snake.
Well, one person who did
That's
not.
why he said a hey yo, because the snake was
And
by
the snake
him.
said, oh.
The snake said what?
What'd he say? That part. That's why we can't have nice things.
That's
Oh,
why.
Maria Conchita.
But Jake the
Yes.
Snake Roberts in a matchup with someone that knows about
This is a man that
hellacious acts
gifted.
and heel deeds.
Let's remember, this is a man that gifted
Subs?
for a beautiful couple on their
Oh.
wedding day.
Never mind.
He gifted a python, a cobra,
Chat, you can give
a
subs.
rattlesnake. There's also a man that said groom.
Oh, no.
He put the most traumatizing thing we've seen in the 90s.
Okay.
Early 90s.
Yo, we paid JP by the
By the word.
I'm scared we're treading dangerous waters.
Man, when the snake bit Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay.
Oh, we're back here.
We're on
again.
Jake Snake. We're
Like,
Jake
we're
the
talking
Snake.
about
Okay.
Jake the Snake,
Okay.
Poppy.
Yeah,
And the thing is that
Jake the
Jake-
Snake's Bobby.
Jake the Snake put over one of the craziest heels, anti-heroes though, right?
Yeah.
Because
First
Jake was
anti-hero
Jake
there.
also was an anti-hero. He's
Yeah.
just sadistic.
Yeah.
Because people
Well,
love Jake.
Who was it that said
you know
something
who
about being the
people-
first anti-hero recently? Somebody mentioned that.
But
I
you
forgot
know
where.
who people
Jake.
loved more than
They were
Jake the
talking about
Snake
it in their thing.
in this matchup that I can't say who he
He's trying to
faced
continue, he's trying to
because
continue.
y'all motherfuckers, anyway,
All right. We all have equal say on the mic.
oh, all right. Go ahead. Tell us about Eddie Guerrero, Latino Heat.
El
Eddie Guerrero.
Latino
He's
Heat.
like, I'm not your poppy.
Papi.
Stop calling me poppy.
Don't come- okay, Papi. Okay.
I showed someone that clip today.
I'm sorry, Papi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
I'm
Papi.
not your poppy.
Okay, Poppy,
Stop calling me poppy.
Okay, Papi.
Stop calling me.
I'm sorry, Papi.
I want that on the shirt.
No, Papa, no.
HPC, don't call me poppy. And then the back says I might be.
I might be. The P and HPC
Go check
is
it out on
like-
our merch store soon.
And that's the kind of shirt that Eddie Guerrero would sell.
Yo.
That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what Twitter said because 65% of the vote
65.
went to Eddie Guerrero over Jake the
Viva
Snake
la raza.
Roberts
You know
for
why?
heel.
And you know why? The reason why is because one, there's no bigger heel than Jake the Snake Roberts' father. Let's put that out
His
there.
father?
Once again, watch the documentary. The man has lived a fucking perturbed life. Like, yo, pray for
I don't
him.
know, man.
kinda
Vince
like-
McMahon kind of.
But
Anyway.
Perverted.
listen, that's a perturbed life.
I like my version better.
I think people right now they put Eddie Guerrero over Jake the Snake Roberts. That shit makes no sense to me. So what that tells me is that people really believe Dominic is Eddie's.
Yo, they
People really
do.
believe Dominic is Eddie's. And
Yo,
they're
the
like,
mullet
Eddie's
don't
a
lie
heel.
though. The
Yeah.
mullet don't lie.
I mean,
Like
isn't
that's
he
what
though?
people are believing out here.
Isn't he though? Isn't he though? Yo, what's his finisher? Is it a frog splash? Yeah, that's what I thought. I think the 619 is like just some move he does.
It's a signature.
It's like a signature move. It's that shit you get before you get the.
It's his uncle's move.
Yeah, he's like, yo, let me pay homage to my uncle real quick. 619.
Imagine if we find out at
619. Puyaka, Puyaka.
It's all
But
funny.
yeah, Eddie Guerrero wins. Is it the light, cheat, and steal era? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
It's the era that Twitter chose.
I guess. All right. Interesting to me. I would have put Jake over that. Over
I think
Eddie.
so. There's not. Yeah, I don't.
I don't.
There's-
I'm just saying. Some of these are questionable, folks. That's all I'm saying.
there's
That's just
yeah,
my opinion.
Yeah.
Twitter, we don't like you right now.
So you thought Razor Ramon beating Randy Orton was questionable too?
I kind
That
of
was-
think that one.
I thought so too. I mean, I love Razor Ramon and I'm glad he won, but I didn't think it should have been.
What
80.
else? What else we got on this bracketology?
Bracketology.
So
Bracket.
okay, we're gonna talk about people that were not in
Bracket.
because that's confusing to me.
Welcome.
But
Bracket.
you have the Iron Sheik
Let's go.
That's a
USA.
bad
USA
man.
versus JBL.
Let's
The
go.
wrestling
Let's go.
god.
This is our traditional countries versus countries matchup, right?
America versus
America.
Iran.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And as Americans, it gets in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, Texans are the heels of America.
Well, the
right?
Cowboys is America's team now, right?
That's what they say.
Right.
Minus a Zeke Elliott, but
Hey, shout out to
plus
Zeke.
JBL.
You waited till now after the
Yo,
season, right?
Zeke-
After the
yo,
season,
just
I
picture
only
this.
had him and Pollard.
Zeke Elliott in the Bills.
You wildin'. But JBL's out here
Or the
Saying-
Jets.
doing
The
clotheslines
Jets
from
were-
hell, bullying people in the back, bullying people out of
Hey,
the company, bullying
yo.
people publicly, right? You go left, right,
Bullying
and
people
center.
to have to see Baron Corbin.
Oh no.
Ay, Dios mío.
My eyes
The
were
Oh,
wide.
no.
New wrestling gout.
Oh my
Against Iran's favorite son, Bubba. It was his birthday, like yesterday or
What?
today or something.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
The creator of Jabroni.
Hey.
There
That's
you
true.
go.
That's true.
I follow him on Twitter because
Yo,
of
he's
all
hilarious.
his anti-Hulk Hogan
Okay.
posts.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
That's
Fuck
why-
'em.
And if you do watch Young Rock, you get to know a little bit about his the Rock's perspective of growing up around him because he also wrestled out there in Hawaii. For the
He was
Rock's
great
family.
friends with the dad, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
So he helped raise and
With
grow.
Rocky
he grew up
Johnson.
around him, just like Andre the Giant.
Shiki.
and in
He
this
got out of
tournament,
wrestlers.
Shiki takes the L with only 35% of the vote, and JBL goes to the next round.
And you know why? Once again, I think because the money angle for JBL and the matches he had with Eddie, the bloodbaths.
Vicious. I mean, it wasn't
You know what I'm
just
saying?
Eddie.
And
It was all the
everybody,
Mexicans on the
right?
roster.
Right, and it's racism,
and the
right?
Puerto Ricans.
It was Ray, Kurt.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you,
everybody
JJ.
got it,
Appreciate
right?
that.
So that takes it over. That takes it over. If we were there live, if we were around when the Iron Sheik was hot, flaming
We
hot
could
heat,
not take Adrian to a show. I agree.
That's right. That's right.
Right,
boy
no,
Adrian.
no. Adrian stays home.
That's the one that hopped in the ring.
That's what I'm saying.
Idiot!
Have we told that story on stream yet?
Yes, we have.
We have.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Multiple times.
Oh my
Bro,
Check out
this
episode
is episode
29.
what? Episode 251? Yeah, we talked about that at least
Oh.
250.
At least.
Nah, at least
I think we
50.
told that story when dude died.
Word.
Smothers.
Yeah, Smothers.
Oh yeah.
Tracy
yeah.
Smothers. No,
Yeah,
was
man.
that his name? Something?
When he passed away, we told the story.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
man.
Well,
So, if you want to hear the story, check back, Google when he passed, and check the episode that we.
Big
the
facts,
next
big facts.
matchup we got going on here.
The
Let's
Ayatollah?
get it. Of
Cox and Bull. I mean,
Ese mismo.
Ese tigre.
shout out to Jose.
Shout out to the seat full of hoes. They.
Chris Jericho. Y2J.
Have a good night, JJ.
Good night,
Man of a
JJ.
million
Appreciate
reinventions
you.
Good night, man.
against the Nature Boy. Woo!
Little
Ric
woo.
Flair.
Flair.
Little Woo.
Little woo.
So it's crazy, right? Because
They say your old man's boner pills.
Yo, can we make that a drop? Yo,
Yeah,
we need to
please.
get back
But
to
is
the
it the
drops.
same your grandpa's boner pills?
Yeah,
This ain't your grandpa's
grandfather's
boner pills.
Yeah.
who really was a bigger
bro.
heel?
I think
Yo.
Phil. I think Ric Flair is the biggest
I
heel
think,
of
yeah,
all
Ric
time.
Flair.
Because of the helicopter situation, or
I think it's just life.
The helicopter
Oh, wow.
and the airplane. Yo, it was all crazy.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho takes the L. Ric Flair goes
Definitely
on
that
to
airplane.
The next round, 65% of the vote.
Flair got a bye week in round
but
one.
that's the thing. Those two guys are also guys that are beloved.
I don't know. Chris Jericho's wife is kind of nefarious.
This is fair.
January
This is
6th.
fair.
Yeah, I mean, don't look at the calendar.
This
It
is
wouldn't
fair.
take a Ric Flair to defeat Jericho in this first round.
I can see that. Even though the things that Jericho has done in AEW, man.
I've been
Despicable.
You know what's the
Nah.
most heel thing that Ric Flair has done? He's
Start-
still trying to wrestle.
He was taking
Like
his grandfather's
he's
boner
about to
pills.
come. He was about to come out of retirement again. He's still trying to wrestle.
Well,
Stop. Keep selling weed.
I'm really excited about the next matchup and the result of the next matchup and how this pairs up with Ric Flair.
Okay.
All this and more as we talk about Ted DiBiase versus Vince McMahon in the heel of heels. March of Madness, March of something.
Pro
So
Wrestling's madness of marches.
So it's the
Thank
fake
you.
billionaire versus the real one?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the millionaire versus the billionaire. Vince McMahon
And
versus Ted DiBiase.
And last time we checked, real money trumps monopoly money.
Okay.
that's
okay.
So-
that's what the IRS said.
That's
Didn't Ted
what
DiBiase
exactly.
get
Yeah.
caught up in all
Uh,
that?
He
what
he
they did.
and the IRS was Teddy DiBiase's boy, so you saw how that works out for him.
Right.
Sorry. On to the next round, Mr. Vince.
On to the-
Vince
PLP.
McMahon with 79%.
Strutting his
of the
walk
vote.
into the next round was Mr. McMahon.
You know, I'm starting to think that this is gonna end up like some of the top heels in the history. It's gonna end up like that. We're heading in that direction.
That's
What we
that
just
that
talked
I
about.
believe
think
I
he
believe
just
he's caught on.
understood
I
that.
be-
Yo,
he's
yeah.
finally caught on, baby.
Yeah,
Chat.
bro, welcome.
We're doing it.
Alright,
And there's
cool.
gonna be another one like this, but the females.
All right. So,
Just not tonight, right?
we gotta recap.
Not
Do we
tonight.
recap that?
No, that's tonight.
Right, that's not tonight,
Yeah,
but
that's
you
not
know what
tonight.
is tonight. We are gonna talk about these next matchups that we're gonna put on Twitter Monday Night Raw during
Okay.
Monday
Here we
Night Raw.
go.
We're gonna
What are
see
these
these.
matchups looking like?
So-
Scroll up.
Dun, 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 dun. I wish we had like the college football one.
Is it this one then?
No, up.
Oh.
So we could do the results, right?
Oh,
Bro,
No,
where
you
we were.
idiot.
Why'd you tell him to move it?
Right there.
Look, so in the next round's matchups, right? We're gonna start off.
Two
with-
of Canada's finest.
What is this? The Elite Eight? Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun,
These are the
dun.
Elite Eight.
So
Acho, the acho.
Rowdy.
We just passed the Sweet 16.
Roddy Piper facing off against Edge. Master microphones. Right there.
Adultery. I mean,
What?
Well, yeah,
What are you
I guess.
talking
I guess.
about?
Once again, I don't know. What I will say is interesting. Piper had 82%. Edge had a 74%. So that tells me that people believe Piper is a bigger heel.
Real man wear skirts.
Hey.
I mean, if you just watching that SummerSlam or the WrestleMania of him and Goldust, man. Whew, the coconut scene, like Roddy Piper was a bad
Hit
man.
him with the coconut.
When he came in, half covered in black, that you don't see that no more on the WWE Network. But
Yeah, there's a lot of
versus
shit you
Daniel
won't hear
Bears,
fly now.
That's not good. But yeah, I gotta give my vote to Piper. But we'll see what the people say.
Edge slapped Cena's dad.
Yeah, you sounded like you just went to the principal's office and you just snitched. Edge slapped Cena's dad. Like, I don't know if you knew, but this happened and I saw it.
Teacher.
Yo, and I just had to let somebody know
Edge
about
had
it.
sex with Heat on TV.
Yo.
Yo.
And here
Edge
we
had
got.
sex with
We
Heat
all
on
saw
Wednesday.
it.
Yo, why?
She was
Why?
with Matt.
In a-
So
But
it
look
was
who's
Shawn
winning
Michaels, I
now.
guess.
the next matchup is another WrestleMania matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for ladders.
Maybe-
Watch out for the
Maybe
ladder.
this is the first ladder match on bracketology of all time.
The
Wow.
click.
Click matchup.
Sasson,
I don't know,
Grason, Ramon.
I
Razor
feel Sean.
Ramon.
I feel Sean's done a lot more effed up stuffs than Razor Ramon
in his life.
Razon.
But it's interesting, right? Because Razor got an 80% over Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So people really believe Razor was a despicable human being.
People like bad guys. They like cool bad guys.
Yo, he's
Cool
a
bad
cool
guys.
bad
So
I
who's
think-
the
I
cooler
think-
bad guy?
I think there has to be a clarification of what people's definition of heel
I
is.
think that your perception of wrestling is entirely your own, so we don't have to clarify it.
Okay, that's fair. But I would like to understand. The shit makes no sense.
whatever you think is a heel, because honestly, when you watch wrestling, right, what you're perceiving as a heel, well, that's your problem, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they present you like these are different versions of heel, and you pick up on those things. So whatever those things are that made you appreciate that heel, if en masse mad people think the same thing, then that's how you get these lists.
And that's something that I always appreciate about our shooting the issues is that we always ask that question to the people we are connecting with. What is more important,
That was
heel
good.
or the babyface? And they give the explanation. And we know the answer,
Yeah.
but it's just a beautiful thing to see how other people view it and see it and how they regurgitate the information.
I think that was Al Snow, the question you asked me before.
Yes.
Was it?
What he
So
said
we
on
know
the
the
podcast.
heels are
on
most
the
important, baby. Come on now.
Shooting Ish.
I like Al Snow.
So I get it.
He's a keeper.
I get it. But Shawn versus Razor, who's gonna go over? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I go with
Twitter's
percentages.
ruthless.
I'm a man of the numbers, so I feel like last round, Ramon went over clean.
Well, tune in next week because we're gonna find out.
And we're gonna find
What's the
out.
next matchup that
Check
we
us
got
out on
here?
Twitter. Follow us on Twitter.
Yo, PCL, hurry the fuck up. We got Vince McMahon versus Ric Flair.
Woo! That's the main event of the week, I think.
Damn, so I
That's
jumped.
that's
a
gonna be very
banger.
tricky.
And
Very,
they also
very
had a
tricky.
WrestleMania match.
It's like whose personal life can catch more heat.
Yo, word.
Woo! This is gonna be spicy.
Let's
and then-
remember, we
I'll-
find out about Ric Flair's.
I
We don't find out about Vince's.
I just want to. I want to see. I want to
And
see
when we do
the.
it, it costs 12
Yeah.
$1 million.
I want to
Nice
see the
things,
fight
bro.
trailer
Can't
for
even-
this.
Right.
match.
Yo, we should make. Yo, next year we're
I
gonna make
just
trailers
picture
for
old
this
men
shit.
in saunas.
Oh,
Wow.
And
man.
airplanes. Oh my god.
That's what.
He's hanging out with Jerry Jones.
That's why we can have nice
Oh,
things. But
not
in the
one.
next match, in what will be the bloodiest matchup
Yes, most
my
violent.
in
God.
all of bracketology history,
Rematch.
WrestleMania. Was it WrestleMania?
I think it was.
It was.
It was WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was.
Think so?
Unfortunately.
Or SummerSlam.
Or something.
One of the two.
It
but
was a premium live event.
There was one of them.
Or
Didn't we
PPV.
lose Eddie
Or
a little bit
SmackDown.
after that?
Or Sunday Night Heat.
It was a little after that, I think. Yeah.
This is where Eddie bled all over the ring for
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
50 minutes.
Who's more despicable though?
JBL versus Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero. I can remember his time with the Radicals. I can remember him going after China and all that.
Right. Now he was an asshole in WCW.
WCW,
was an asshole too.
I think that's where
WCW.
most of
Yeah.
his stuff. Not most.
Okay.
but
The
a lot of
light
his
cheating
stuff is.
steel just became a little bit more
JBL.
popular.
JBL gave his mother a real heart attack.
It was a Judgment Day 2004.
Ahí está.
There you go. See, I wasn't sure. But
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Ahí está.
So I
It
mean,
felt
this is
like
an
WrestleMania.
interesting one. This is it's interesting one to see Twitter will do with this one.
It's gonna be interesting. I just feel, no matter what the outcome is, it's not gonna make sense. But that's cool because it's not my opinion; it's your opinion.
And your opinion doesn't make sense. So vote in our poll. Thanks, guys. We appreciate y'all.
That's all the damn time we have for you folks. I appreciate all y'all pulled up on the RSS feed. Shout outs to Twitch, shout outs to YouTube, everybody on Twitter showing us love, Spotify, all the works. Tell them what to do on the way out, fellas.
Check us out on your favorite channels. Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots on YouTube and Twitch. And don't forget to check us out on the audio version of this podcast wherever you get your fix. Don't forget to